Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Har Habyit number 92, Reflections on the Mount. Baruch Hashem, after a year of learning, going through the sugya, reading all the different opinions on the issues of Har Habyit, to go or not to go. So this morning, Minar HaMa'or, Monday, Yom Sheni, Parshat Tzav, Tavshin Ayin Zayin, we were Zocha, almost a million of our members that went up to Har Habyit. And it was certainly an experience. And Baruch Hashem, we plan to leave at 4:45, arrive to the mikveh 5:30, come down to the kotel about 6 o'clock, daven fatikin, be up by the Mugrabi gate at 7, enter 7:30, leave the old city 8, return at 9, and Baruch Hashem, everything was to the minute. Is that a sign of good planning, a sign of God's providence? I would love to say both. That when we plan well, and you plan for a mitzvah, we have Hashem with us. I certainly would love to believe that that was the case. The experience up on Har Habyit was fantastic. And does it give me chizuk to realize that our path is the right path? I would say in many ways, yes. From the beginning we said, after researching the sugya, that there's many reasons to go up. The mitzvah of the Shechno Tidushu Avata Shama. You have to search out the place, as the Pasuk in Re'eh says, and the Medrash explains. And only then Uvata Shama. Then you'll be able to go there. You search, you seek, you get involved in the topic. Then you have Kivush Haaretz, conquering Israel. If that applies to anyone in Israel, it certainly applies to Har Habyit. Then you have Lo Tachanem. You can't give up land of Israel. So you can't give any part of the land of Israel to the Goyim. You certainly can't give up to Har Habyit. Then you have Chil Hashem. So Chil Hashem, we just leave a place to rot, the holiest place. We leave to rot for the Goyim to play soccer, make a mockery. That's a Chil Hashem. So by going and showing it's ours, it's the antidote to the Chil Hashem. Then when you go up, then you keep the halachot properly. That's called Mora Migdash. You go in the place where you could go. You go without a money belt. Go without leather shoes, that's Mora Migdash. If you're allowed to daven, then that would be tefillah. Or daven in your heart, so that's something. So those are mitzvahs that we have. Am I convinced that all of those mitzvahs are done when we are up there? Very much so. I see from the mitzvah, the facts on the ground. We did a lot of planning. I was in touch with Rabbi Richmond, the Machon HaMikdash, with the Madrich, who we met there this morning, and Aviyah, the head of all the Madrichim, and she was in touch with the police. So we tried to work it all out to be Mesudar, be the first group up. At 7:10, they'll already be checking. So at 7:30, we could be the first group up, because you can only go one group at a time. And we were taking the western route. So we worked it all out, but we saw that everyone was working with us. Obviously, the Madrichim, Machon HaMikdash is working with us. That goes without saying. The police, very, very cooperative and very friendly. And even the policeman, when he gave us the guidance of what to do, you're not allowed to pray up there, no tefillah, nothing outright, nothing that leaves the lev. He's already hinting that's daven in your heart. The police are working with us. Okay, so that's Israeli police. What about when you get to the Waqf? Then it's just going to be war, and you're going to feel the hatred. I'm not saying they love us up there, but they're working with us. As I was giving a little shear up there, I was moving around, shuckling. He said, no, there's no shuckling up there. That's almost like a religious movement. It's pathetic on the one hand that we're in such a state that we can't do an act that looks like davening. That's pathetic. But we're working together at least. It wasn't that long ago that this wouldn't happen. There'd be no cooperation. It'd be absurd. A Jew goes up and walking around, giving shear on the Har Habyit, chas v'shalom, God forbid. And what about the hecklers? Were there any hecklers up there screaming at us, putting a Quran in our faces? No. Why? Because the more we're up there, the more we have a presence, the more we can have it Mesudar. So the government outlawed those groups that were heckling the Jews. Now, if that doesn't fall from Shamayim, that's only by being active and proactive and going up and showing the world that it is ours. That is what we call Kivush Haaretz. By living in Hebron, Beit Shemesh, Beersheva, and Tel Aviv and Petah Tikva, and the whole land of Israel. That's Kivush Haaretz Yishuv Haaretz, We are living here. By going up to Har Habyit, you can't live on Har Habyit. By going there, that's how we do Yishuv Haaretz. So am I convinced from what I've seen this morning that these steps are real, genuine, meaningful steps and effective? I think the proof is in the pudding. It's kim, it's slow. Are we far from where we were in 1940, in 67 when we first captured it? It was ours. We don't have to deal with the Waqf. They initiated the war. We won. Goodbye. Then we took steps backwards for whatever reason. So now we have to work back again. So not only am I convinced that our reasons are all correct, the L'Shechno, the Kivush, and the Lo Tachanim, and the Mor Migdash, and the Chil Hashem, and the Mor Migdash, the Tefillah, not only that, I think there's another mitzvah to add. And I would call that tshuva. In 67, we made a horrible mistake. We gave up Har Habyit. And everyone always blames Dayan. It wasn't only Dayan, there were others as well that were pushing him, religious people as well, to give it back. That was a decision because they thought the people going up and violating the Kedusha of the Har Habyit, and therefore we have to give it back. We won't get into that now. So by us going back and reconquering it, that's what I call tshuva. So to me, once a person has a heter from his Rav to go up, then it turns out from a heter to an absolute mitzvah, and many, many mitzvot. Now, these are the 6, 7 we just mentioned, and these are the 6, 7 mitzvot that, in my opinion, those are the mitzvahs that are going to lead to the Binyan Beit HaMikdash, the building of the Mikdash, and the hundreds of mitzvahs that we don't have today. And then, and only then, are we going to have the complete Tayag mitzvot, 620 mitzvahs, B'mhira v'yameinu. Shalom.